All right, y'all. This is the Professor Malik, along with my boy Bearstown, and tonight we're going to do a little special story on the TNA Lawsuit SAGA. We're going to recap everything that's gone down and what our thoughts are on Dixie Carter's very bad business practices. And we're going to start first with the obvious, the aftermath of Bound for Glory, which was one of the greatest pay-per-views that we saw. But little did we know what was going on behind the scenes. I mean, Bearstown, this is worse than Vince McMahon's crooked business. I mean, we all know women can be crooked, but this is just downright dirty. It started when the report came, Billy Corgan files a lawsuit against TNA. As you know, Dixie Carter gave a press conference explaining, how Corgan was going to take over day-to-day operations, become president, and how he had a good vision and he was strategic in all his moves and everything. And of course, he had Billy Corgan to loan TNA several millions of dollars. But here's some of the details of the lawsuit. It came after months of speculation of what was going to happen with the company, its ownership, and its finances. President Billy Corgan filed a lawsuit against TNA Impact Wrestling, its parent company, Impact Ventures LLC. Chairman Dixie Carter, Chief Financial Officer Dean Broadhead, and Carter's husband, of course, whose name is Serge. This lawsuit was filed in Chancery Court of Nashville, Tennessee. Corgan, the frontman for the rock group Smashing Pumpkins and a longtime fan of professional wrestling, began investing in TNA this past June, helping to finance the TNA Slammiversary pay-per-view and subsequent TV tapings as part of a deal that saw him purchase a minority share in the company. Additional investments in the company led to Corgan acquiring a larger share in the company, and on 8/12, TNA issued a press release announcing that Corgan had replaced Dixie Carter as president, while Dixie Carter, of course, was moved to chairman. In a press release, Corgan being named president of the company, Carter stated Billy is a visionary, an iconic artist, and a savvy businessman with an incredibly gifted creative mind. He has built a decades-long successful global brand, but also has a deep passion and understanding for professional wrestling. In working with Billy over the last 16 months, he has impressed me to the point that I've been in discussions with him to take an elevated strategic leadership role within the company. The more we discussed our vision for the organization, the clearer it became that position needed to match his commitment. And of course, shortly after being named president, he announced his intentions to purchase the company and potentially change its name from TNA. And it all looked good. And also, minority owners Aerolux and the Fight Network, who are apparently partners of the company, it's like no one saw this coming. And also, Corgan made it clear he would not be financing a Bound for Glory tapings. And basically, what this sums up like is Corgan and Dixie Carter made a deal. Corgan, of course, loaned the money. Now Dixie Carter doesn't want to pay back the money. And why, we don't know. Bearstown, what are your thoughts on the saga so far?
The thing about it, I saw many times from the get-go. I pay attention to that business nice because I too am a businessman. What Dixie Carter did was so stop. She made business with Billy Corgan. She has to pay the ownership. Billy Corgan must know what percent ownership. So Dixie Carter and Billy Corgan both owners of the company. So why is Billy Corgan Dixie TNA should sell the company to Billy Corgan because Billy Corgan paid the money to pay the wrestlers, pay some business. And that's the thing with Dixie Carter didn't do is she did the best shitty deal. Now Billy Corgan, she gave payback money to Billy Corgan because Dixie Carter is a sympathized lazy bum. As a businessman, he had to pay the bills. You pay the dues. I'm saying, if you need help, you gotta pay back the loan. You gotta pay the bills. And Dixie Carter had to pay Billy Corgan money. So should the lawsuit should go to Billy Corgan because he paid the money. He spent his money. He spent money in his pocket. So Dixie Carter should sell TNA. Because she don't pay wrestling time. That's I've been checking this out for weeks and weeks. And she didn't pay the fights either. The point is, Dixie Carter hasn't paid a lot of bills. He hasn't paid the bills. She put up financial bills. Debts. So she paid out wrestlers money. She only wrestlers a lot of money. She didn't pay the bills to fight airplane fights. That's fucking stupid. Why is the wrestler have to pay the bills? You know what I'm saying? She used the credit card machine for airplane fights.
Of course, yeah, and TNA is also being sued by American Express. Those finances were for traveling arrangements.
Why do you think should do? Should pay the bills? Pay the fucking bills. Pay the fucking. Interesting. No other companies. Why she didn't tell the companies in Big Hogan? Make it a fucking financial. Pay the fucking bills. Because that bill doesn't kill the company. Right now, I have rumors TNA's gonna buy TNA. So-called fucking rumors. The insurance rule, not insurance rule, but the false rumor says, why can't Dixie Carter deny it? He said, well, I tell the truth. Yeah, I'm telling the Ted Library, sell the TNA company to Billy Corgan, who is responsible. Pay the bill, pay on time. Dixie Carter's being a rich girl. Another company should pay the bills. Pay the fucking bills, man. It's simple. Pay the electricity. You know, it's a business. Man, do us because I ain't too working in business. I see my father pays bills. And you go to pay the bills on time. Pay the bills on time, don't pay late. If we don't do it, it's going to destroy the credit. This credit is a bad businesswoman because she didn't pay the bills on time.
Yep. And of course, another story, of course, question was asked, who funded TNA's latest tapings at the time? In the new lawsuit filed by Audience of One Productions against TNA, there's another company, Audience of One Productions. There's a note about how the debt that TNA, technically the Impact Ventures parent company, owes Aerolux Media is on file with the Tennessee Secretary of State. If you look up Impact Ventures in the relevant database, you get 3 debts registered by the company. Both the previous. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Ready to sign a $1 billion contract with the Cincinnati Sabres.
Yeah, I don't know if that was picked up. Yeah. Okay, folks, sorry about that.
Okay, happens.
I don't know if that audio was heard, but I'm trying to get a copyright strike. But anyway, both the previous TNA Entertainment and the newer Impact Ventures owing Aerolux Media March the debt noted above. Impact Ventures owing Anthem Sports and Entertainment Corp., one of the parent companies of the Fight Network, as of August 22nd, which had been previously reported. Impact Ventures owing MCC Acquisition Corp. Shares the same address down to the suit as Anthem and numerous other related companies as of back in September 30th. The Friday before Bound for Glory and the latest batch of TV tapings. This is a new one, and it sure looks like they funded the latest batch of shows. It's been difficult to find any information on MCZ Acquisition Corporation, but everything else at their address, 171 East Liberty Street, Suite 230 in Toronto, is related to Anthem, the Fight Network, in some form. You see, and it's the Anthem and Fight Network who's recently worked out a deal where now they get a credit loan, and this is after Billy Corgan resigned from TNA, of course, after he lost the lawsuit, which was to attempt to invoke an injunction which kept TNA Wrestling from selling their assets to get more money. See, they're taking loans from Billy Corgan, but then still trying to sell assets because, unlike WCW at the time, they were spending money down the toilet, but not making one dime back. You see, that's bad. And like I said, I've said this many times in other videos. I love TNA Wrestling. The shows are good, and you just signed David Sandow, Aaron Rex. You just signed him, and you just signed Cody Rhodes. I hope they get paid at least. When you have something good going, you don't fuck it up like Dixie Carter's doing. And even my boy Dark Horse even said this many times. Dixie Carter does not need to be running that company.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bears.
Sorry about that. I apologize, Nick.
Oh no, go ahead, man.
So it's like the thing. You know, if I was a wrestler, I see guys like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Mannix, and stars like that go leave TNA because they're paying well. So if I was a wrestler and I get paid well, I do the same thing like a workforce. Where's my fucking money? Nah, TNA is not worse. It's not worse than Thursday Dead. It's worse than ECW, much as ECW is a fair wrestling company now. It's like Paul Heyman. She's like a marionette of Paul Heyman, but she's not like Paul Heyman. TNA will go bankruptcy. TNA been lucky so far because her father is rich. And fortunate for Dixie Carter, for Dixie Carter, it's like like Paul Heyman. When ECW went bankruptcy in things of what, 3 years, 4 years, ECW, it's gonna end up at ECW. That bankruptcy of that money on. That's what's gonna come out. So either TNA gonna become like ECW, like more problems, more bills to pay, more payments on. Because WCW, so ECW went to bankruptcy. So the Pioneer was a bad businessman. Dixie Carter is the worst businesswoman ever. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that pays investors money. Because Pioneer owns like a lot of investors a lot of money nowadays. So like she's a female version of Paul Heyman. Not a wrestler, not just my client, Paul. Let's know. It's Paul Heyman's businessman. You know what I'm saying, Monique?
Yeah, he was a businessman, but even he was accused of his checks bouncing in ECW, which they did because a lot of ECW wrestlers, didn't get paid from Paul Heyman. So I don't know what happened to their finances there. It's just it's probably one of those bad things. I don't know if he cheated or if he spent money he shouldn't have, and that's why when he wrote checks, the checks didn't clear. But anyway, also it was also obvious backstage at Bound for Glory there was obvious tension between Corgan and Carter, even after all that good press that she gave him. So apparently, to sum it up, Carter wants to keep 100% control of TNA and not give it up to Billy Corgan. And of course, Billy Corgan had good ideas, as we saw for the short time that he ran the company. What's going to happen now going forward is anyone's guess. So, but as far as Corey's lawsuit, I hope he gets his money. I mean, Aerolux and Fight Network and one of those companies have promised him to pay back his money in full, which has been tweeted out. Corgan responded to those tweets. He has not seen a dime yet because 2 days have passed. They tweeted once that they're going to get the money together. Then they tweeted something else, and another day went by, still didn't get paid. And also at one time when Corgan was there, all the talents wanted Billy Corgan to leave the company. And when Billy Corgan lost the lawsuit, Mike Bennett, of course, was the only one who spoke up and voiced his displeasure of the judge's ruling against Corgan. Of course, this has led, and since he's the husband of Maria Kanellis, this has led her to announcing her retirement from TNA Wrestling. Because when wrestling couples voice their opinions in a company, their spouse it draws the heat to them. So there you have it. So all I gotta say is, Dixie Carter, you have a good thing going at the moment, but you're messing it up. Despite how good the shows are, we know the company can be shut down at any time. And it's also there's another lawsuit from the state of Tennessee suing TNA for back taxes. There's another one. And here's one from American Express. TNA sued for defaulting on an American Express bill. Ever since Billy Corgan filed a lawsuit against the TNA the previous week, they found numerous public records were found of the company's debt. And it's bad enough that it looks like the promotion is limping towards filing bankruptcy. We were tipped off Two, and able to confirm another debt owed by TNA. One bad enough that the creditor sued TNA, American Express Travel credit card. You don't fuck with American Express credit card or any credit card. There's a reason why it's called interest rates. When you charge like thousands of dollars and you don't pay it back, of course, if you're the average person, you're probably going to go to jail. But of course, this is a company, in the complaint, American Express alleges that TNA defaulted on their account to the tune of $269,049.50. There are only a few details other than that, like how long TNA was delinquent on payments, but clearly it was long enough for American Express to decide it were never getting paid and take legal action. The only other real information is that it was an American Express corporate card, which is no surprise. Based on the division of American Express suing TNA, it was likely earmarked specifically for travel expenses. Well, travel expenses are costly too. Dixie, pay them. It's almost like Dixie is just setting a TNA up to come down. I don't know. Sean, what are your thoughts?
It's the thing about it's about the back taxes because I said many times my father has to pay the taxes on my mom too. We got paid to stay on those back taxes, bookkeepers. So like every March you pay taxes. So they're paying a lot of money. So that's why everybody has a bookkeeper. And you pay a lot of tax mentions, a lot of taxes. We have to pay a lot of taxes to keep it alive. So that now credit card machine. Like example, me and my dad buy for example, fucking most of my last mom's. Some of that infants fucking need to lunch my mom. So I have to pay me that $100. I pay my dad's money for credit card machine to it. So why? That we made that for to pay tax, pay bills. Everybody has to pay bills. I have to pay bills. So you want credit cards. And as a lot of people told me, do not get credit cards. I get debit card instead. If your credit card, you have to pay the taxes, you pay interest. That's a lot of money. $200 for taxes. That's just I think teenagers is fucked up a lot. Is you gotta pay taxes, you gotta pay a lot of debts, you know what I'm saying, Malik?
Yep.
You work at a bank, right?
Yeah. I work for a bank. I work for Xerox outsourced affiliate for SunTrust. And when you work at a bank, you have to have good credit. I've always had a good credit. I'm paying off a credit card bill right now. I'm not going to disclose the bill and the nature of it, but of course, I am paying it as I'm working my ass off to pay it, and it's almost finished. But and here's a story right here. And I may just screen share this one. The exclusive Tennessee strikes back at TNA to collect unpaid taxes. The financial issues are even more dire than previously thought. As unlikely as that may sound, we already knew that there are multiple lawsuits pending restraining order believed to be designed to stop the company from selling shares again. Yeah, see, they can't even afford to sell shares. A dispute over music rights and debt owed to various entities who funded the recent tapings. Yet there is still plenty of room for more. On the Friday morning, at the time, it was confirmed that the Davidson County Register of Deeds that the state of Tennessee issued a tax lien against TNA Entertainment LLC about 5 weeks ago on September 8th. At the time, the listing for the lien is in some online databases has the debt recorded as zero. That is because some public record search companies misread the Register of Deeds, not recording the amount of the lien. Yeah, the debtor information, the credit information, filing information. Of course, the amount says error due to amount not being filed. But like I said, this Carter, if you're listening to this, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's like it's almost like she's purposely being irresponsible. I mean, she knows all this shit is going on, and I'm pretty sure she gets calls and emails. Why wouldn't you pay back the money if you don't have it? Then that means you need protection. You need to shut down the company, take the shows off TV, no more tapings, no more wrestling, and somehow try to compensate the wrestlers for their time. Just shut the company down until all this shit gets sorted out. Bearstown, what do you think?
I think she kill everything in Milento. You see why AJ Styles laugh? Why didn't Samoa Joe laugh? Why didn't they? Why we would laugh? Stars Dixie could make a bad shitty businesswoman. You know have potential back in 08, 09. And I believe TNA will have the potential in 10. When the judges sign Hulk Hogan and Bischoff and give them the money. You give guys like Sting, no offense to Sting fans out there. I'm a Sting fan, but when it's what you do. We have has-beens like that. Like what you said, pack your bags and go home. No, that's what TNA should do. Why didn't I didn't put wrestling shows in the state of Tennessee? So that's what it does.
Yeah, and I'm screen sharing right here. Here's the information of the file that was of the filing from the state of Tennessee, and you see right here you have an amount 0, which is error due to amount not being on file. So there's a piece of kind of piece of information right there of what's going on. And this is shit that you don't do if you're running a business. But hey, life goes on.
TNA should do it now. It's not that bad shitty as this. It starts with the Jarretts. And now I get to the Carters. And Carters don't know what business might either. So Dixie Carter should learn to be in business the hard way. Learn from her fathers. So I'm putting from my dad's restaurant. I get it now. You get paid this, you pay salaries. Sometimes I cut my checks sometimes, so I kind of understand the things sometimes. So like I said, if business goes good, business goes good. It's ups and downs. In TNA business, you gotta do have your appeal. Now, if you gotta pay bills, you gotta pay taxes on time. So why is it paying Tennessee? Should I move to Florida? To the Impact Zones in Florida? I don't get either. I like how Eric Bischoff, they have back in the WCW days, and how he saved WCW money by putting the studios in Atlanta. Remember that? Malik?
Yep. I remember. Yep.
That's WCW a lot of money to get Hulk Hogan. So, takes a good shit.
Yep. Also, Billy Corgan's lawyer makes it clear that lawsuit against TNA will continue. The time that on that Monday, Nate Rau from the Tennessean newspaper in Nashville, who's done a great job covering TNA's legal issues in recent weeks, published his own story. And I quote, Mr. Corgan understands that temporary injunctive relief is an extraordinary remedy, and due to the nature of the proceedings, he did not have full access to information in the defendant's possession that bears on the issues in this case. Mr. Corgan looks forward to the opportunity to conduct full discovery into these matters and present his case in its entirety to the court at a later date. He says this isn't necessarily double talk, as noted in the summary of the ruling. The judge conceded that as this early juncture, evidence was inconclusive when it came to showing whether or not TNA misled Corgan in the process of trying to get him to put money into the company. Just because there wasn't enough to get an injunction doesn't mean that with Corgan able to get full discovery, document production, conducting depositions, he couldn't get a clearer picture later. And yes, TNA sent Corgan a whopping 14,000 pages of documents already, but that's been perceived as more of a move to stall him, even if it did include some incriminating evidence. If he doesn't already have everything he needs from that, he'll get it in due time, along with the ability to get testimony under oath about it from Dixie Carter and all of the other key figures in TNA. And of course, another issue was about TNA being insolvent, which was part of the case in the court lawsuit as well. And as you can see by this, the key word, this move is to stall him. And I'm pretty sure they're still stalling him right now, especially when it comes to that either 1.8 million, which I've heard a different figure now. So I read a different figure, 2.7 million. So see, that's 2.7 million. TNA can't afford to pay pay Corgan. So expect, I guess, a long, drag out court battle in maybe the next 4 to 5 months going into the new year. So, but like I said, Fight Network and Aerolux have offered to pay Billy Corgan's bill. And of course, if that's the case, if they're true to that at some point, Billy Corgan, if I were you, I would just stay far away from wrestling for a while as far as I can. Bearstown, your thoughts?
I think that's gonna hurt the TNA a lot more than Bitcoin. The TNA they pay lawyers, and the lawyers pay $1,000 or $2,000. That's gonna even kill them even more. $2,000 money. That's gonna fuck them up a lot of stuff. If what TNA don't pay the lawyers, pay the money rather than pay the lawyers, the TNA is fucked up. They might go just gonna go to jail for the motherfucking my pumps. Who's gonna say TNA now? If I ever take Carter, sell the damn company, sell it to Billy Corgan, and get the fuck out of here. Cause it's not your ass can go to jail. You always be all death a lot. If I was to fight that one, let Billy Corgan buy the company, and let Billy Corgan buy the company, give him a TV deal, and blah blah. Have him soft. Or buy him a share. Let 10% sure Billy Corgan show. Then Billy Corgan can take over the company. And Dick Carter got a job and paid the bills for our TNA mistakes. What do you think, Malik?
Oh, I think is like I said. I think Billy Corgan, he made a deal and he was conned out of a lot of money. That's what I think. This was basically a huge con job. But I found that statement now about TNA being to be or not to be insolvent. Pro Wrestling. This comes from courtesy of Pro Wrestling Sheet. Has posted the entire opinion entered today by Chancellor Ellen Hobbs Lyle and Billy Corgan's lawsuit against TNA, its parent companies, and its managers. It says 1. The LLC has become insolvent. 2. The defendants have breached by not performing their duty of keeping the plaintiff informed about the financial condition of the LLC and potential acquisition of the LLC and or some of its assets. Chancellor Lyle ruled that the agreement was not implemented in accordance with the Tennessee law and TNA's LLC operating agreement, and as a result, Section 6, the relevant portion, is therefore unenforceable. To remove the defendant LLC managers, the managers are Carter, her husband, Serge Salinas, Chief Financial Officer Dean Broadhead, and they all had to consent for the agreement with Corgan to be valid. Obviously, he was lacking that consent. The court also found that Corgan's underlying argument that under the agreement he was getting a proxy to Carter's shares and not the actual shares lacked merit, specifically on the individual issues, even if it was a valid agreement. Right here, you got a RE1. The operative text of the pledges agreement becomes insolvent, is ambiguous when applied to the facts of a record. The relevant rules of procedure require clear proof for issuance of an injunction, and the existence of an ambiguity does not constitute clear proof. In addition, as identified by defendant's argument, inclusion of the word becomes in the text must be taken into account. Tennessee contract construction rules require every word to be given effect, and none may be ignored, omitted, or read out of text. In other words, of course, TNA couldn't become insolvent if TNA already was insolvent. From Hobbs' ruling. Another quote here: "It is undisputed that at the time the parties entered into the insolvency provision of the default section of the pledge agreement, the LLC was financially distressed, while the interference the defendants seek for the court to draw is that this distress was an anticipated temporary cash crunch from moving a license fee operation of the LLC to a barter system to maximize monetarization of the LLC's content. The facts, nevertheless, are unrefuted that in 3 months, June, July, August 2016, the LLC had to have huge infusions of cash from the plaintiff to meet expenses and to produce its product, or as stated by defendant Broadhead, all would have been lost." Well, that's the pot calling the kettle black. All is lost. Billy Corgan so far has lost his money, as other companies, credit card companies, are being sued for money, and Dixon Carter has the nerve to keep trying to sell shares to get some breathing room. So, and wrestlers aren't being paid as well as staff. I just found out even Jeremy Borash might be promoted to head writer since their former head writer quit. I mean, Jeremy Borash has got 10 jobs, and he may not be getting paid. I mean,
That's crazy.
I mean, Bearstown. I mean, listen to all this. I mean, insolvent. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, tell us your thoughts on that.
That's crazy. Jim Brown should get to pay that money. If I was Jim Brown, I would quit the company. You see guys like AJ Styles laugh. These guys like Samoa Joe laugh. Is that people are not getting paid well? And like Tara Victoria now said the same thing. She destroyed the company. Like Jim Cunningham said, if guys know how to shit company, they're a fucking bad company. They cannot get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And I mean, and the last part of this ruling says the court further finds that much of the plaintiff's proof of insolvency, as would be expected, is not financial events and snapshots which occurred after the pledge agreement was entered into on August 11th, but were conditions and events which had their inception and roots before August 11th, 2016, which continued to worsen and deteriorate up to the present. Due to the time constraints of working for the injunction, what Corgan was able to find amounting to proof of TNA becoming insolvent after August 11th was that debts have increased 52% in the last 60 days. The following collection and enforcement demands from creditors, new information, of course, right here. The quotes: as of August 19th, Impact Ventures was unable to pay American Express, prompting American Express to file a suit. August 31st, Impact Ventures was unable to pay officers' salaries. September 1st, checks issued to talent bounced. Oh, can you say Paul Heyman, ECW? And Dean Broadhead stated, "We owe talent money. We owe employees money. We owe many vendors money." September 8th, the Tennessee Department of Revenue filed a tax lion, which we just covered, against the company. Oh boy. And listen to this. Also, September 8th, Impact Ventures operating account was overdrawn and the company had trade accounts payable. The parties have submitted competing and disputed versions of the facts, such that the proof is not clear or as to whether or not TNA withheld or concealed information from Corgan. Corgan needed to prove a substantial likelihood of success on the merits at trial that the defendants breached by withholding information at this early juncture with conflicting information from both sides. I don't see how Corgan's information is conflicting, but TNA's side is very conflicting. But of course, when you go through all the red tape, I mean, the dates, what they owe. I mean, you couldn't pay the vendors, you couldn't pay the officers, you couldn't pay the talent, you can't pay the state, and your operating account is overdrawn. That right there is grounds for shutting down the company due to financial trouble. They should have. If Dixie Carter's dumbass knew any better, she would shut the company down. Just pay your employees, send them home, and say until further notice. It's very easy until all this gets sorted. I mean, they're basically still operating on fumes. And I've always wondered, what do the executives at Pop TV think about all this? I'm pretty sure they know about it, and I'm surprised they still air the show. Bearstown, what are your thoughts?
I think if Pop TV was waiting because not being someone by TNA because TNA like it's a big cookie corner. If it's not, the Pop TV don't have no TV deal, the TNA will go out of business for sure. Because Pop TV don't trust TNA now. It's gonna destroy it. It's gonna be sad because Pop TV has a TNA dealership. You see why Spike don't want TNA in the get-go. And what's another thing? Drive to a TV, same thing, because TNA is a bad business organization. That's why guys like Paul Heyman and TNA doing the same fucking shit. They're not paying the employees right. There's star wrestlers left. You see guys like Eric Bischoff left. We think guys like Hulk Hogan left. But those are, if I'm honest, don't go in talent. Like AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, Manic. They have someone else, and they're successful now. If I was TNA, without your stars left, AJ Styles is an E champion, they're E champion. Shouldn't you have AJ Styles play now? Shouldn't you have AJ Styles is your TNA champion. You know what I'm saying? For another one, it's a big impact. Samoa Joe is in Impact NXT. That's the thing. Mannix, because they're champion. Look at it. That just stars heart and soul of TNA. And you're killing it. Out there is another one. TNA. So not NXT. It doesn't even think what they eat. TNA, you got guys getting guys like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. That's the thing with TNA, making that mistakes now. It's like you said earlier again. You're gonna lose a lot of assets crew who would jump ship to the Underground. If the Hardy Boys would jump ship to E, I know ship in, but when the contract expires, they're damn sure they're gonna jump ship to the E now because they offers that money. Like screw it. I don't need help this company anymore. The money's down for me. I'm jumping the ship. People jump ship to E in a second. I'm not the fanboy. I'm telling the truth. If I'm not playing some pays me well, that pay me well, I'm gonna pack my bags and jump ship, or go look to Underground. That's the thing that company's doing now. If they pay well, jump ship.
Yep, that's basically what you got to do. But all in all, folks, to sum this all up, Bishop Carter has made a fucking mess of the company. Aerolux and Fight Network are basically going to give them a credit loan. I wonder how much of that is going to get paid back. And I'll also find out the Harris twins are no longer a part of the company that was also financing TNA. Aerolux, Fight Network, if you're smart, I wouldn't give this company or Dixie Carter no kind of credit loan. Not when they owe more than $3 million in debt. And this is just ridiculous. I mean, they've lost their UK TV deal and they're scrambling to find another one. And they lost the UK deal because the ratings weren't too good. And there's still details on restructuring the company and still an issue as to who exactly is running the company. So basically, all in all, I guess whoever's running the company is the one that comes out of their pockets. So, Oberstown, that's about it. To sum it all up, any final thoughts?
I forgot to mention, guys. We forget to mention the Jeff family. What's the Jeff family? Jeff family. They're gone. And then that's when Jeff left the company. Dixie Carter said, "Tell her bitch." I think now Jeff's doing well. Saturday, TNA goes out of business. Hopefully, we can call the bite TNA. And TNA can change it around because you got to turn them on to be second rate. TNA, all you need is competition. And my thoughts is, pay your bills, pack your bags, and go home. Pay your bills, pay your time, go to jail. It's so damn TNA to be a cool again and make TNA top. That's my thoughts.
Yep. And my final thought is, like I said, being a TNA fan, I hope somehow this gets settled. This may be it may be too late because basically we look at all the stories and all the money and all the companies. I think Dixie Carter has dug herself a hole that she can't climb out of. Yeah, she may have won one round of a lawsuit, but I think that's only a temporary oxygen, because I'm pretty sure the oxygen is going to run out sooner or later, because you can't keep putting money into a company on programming and keep taking loans and the bank loaners, the creditors, whoever, are not getting a return on their investment. That's not good business. So, and of course, here the story I have up here, which is about the restructuring and who exactly is running the company. Here's a part of a letter here. The letter ends with this: the board of managers will continue to develop a longer-term business plan for the company, and I am excited to have Anthem's experience available to us as we plan for the future. With financial stability, we can focus on executing our near-term objectives while planning a measured and thoughtful approach to the future. Of course, This is a quote from Dixie Carter herself. She said, of course, this comes from an earlier story. The company, the Fight Network parent company, issued a joint press release about the changes of the TNA, and Dix Carter sent out. This was an email that Dix Carter sent out. A lot of the language in the press release, including the line about how the company will be managed by the board, with Mr. Edwin Nordholm representing the board on all major operating and restructuring decisions. In Carter's letter, however, it's directly preceded by a note about how general the organizational structure will otherwise remain the same. There's also a note about TNA worked with him over the last several months during numerous negotiations, and he has been instrumental in concluding the document signed today. Okay, well, to Edwin Nordholm, I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on. Now, why would you sign any documents and negotiations if he's part of this company or he's part of the board? Wouldn't him and the board be smart enough to say, "Hey, this Carter, we need to shut this company down. This isn't working. There's too much money that is owed on the back end to too many people." I mean, wouldn't a smart board of managers, board of directors say, "Oh, hey, this is working. This is Carter. You need to pay these bills"? I mean, it seems like, yeah, there's restructuring and companies are making decisions to run the company, but no one's talking about how to pay the money back that is owed. Bearstown, you noticed that?
I know a lot of things. I've been trying this for weeks and weeks, and every day I check and click with links. And for that reason, I'm saying it takes a lot of money. She needs to pay. If I was the board of directors, then sell the business. Get that out of here. Because it's going to affect your future. It's going to affect a lot of us' future. Because a lot of us are watching. Like, hey, wait a second. What about me? Where's my bills? Where's food for my family? And a lot of us want to leave TNA. Are you kidding me? That's what's going to hurt them a lot big time. It's going to be about a walkout.
Yep. And look at this. Listen to this. Another part of this email. Carter notes that Anthem's sales team will be supporting the company in the TV and digital and market, since TNA's American TV revenue is entirely dependent on splitting advertising money with Pop TV, and it's nearly non-existent. Now. You can see why they would make that change. Okay, right here. The analysis of this story is none of this is really unexpected, other than the ostensible disappearance of Jason Brown, which is a big question mark. And Jason Brown, who's a friend of the Harris twins, were removed from the team listing on Aerolux's website. Yeah, see, the Harris twins ran Aerolux, so they know what's up. They apparently had money coming to them, and they know it wasn't coming, so they jumped ship. And right here, there's no more team listing. Something is up, but nobody has said what as of yet. So right there, something is up. See, so Bearstown, there's more possible money embezzlement and money laundering in a situation than no one cares to admit. So despite this email and despite this this smoke screen of an email saying there's positive things ahead and these restructuring and operations, no one has said how much money is being paid back, or it's like all that money is gone. You know what I mean? They spent it, but they can't pay it back.
Or how Boulevard? If Boulevard takes this by this guy, the next guy might want to ship to eat now, because Boulevard is going to take her already. They'll jump in and suck the Devon switch there. The other boys left for TNA. Krangle, that's Krangle. The big star, Samoan Joe. Who the heck? You know what I'm saying? If TNA would call Baba-Dashi, I'm a fan of Baba-Dashi. Yeah, fan of get-go. Baba-Dashi would jump ship to jump to the rest of Brock Lesnar. I'm not caring about his boys. I'm telling you, if it is the WWE towards Baba-Dashi, we wrestle for WWE. Baba-Dashi would jump ship in a second. Chef Hardy, remember Hardy? Yes, I think it went very well. We are just jumping ship to E and wrestle your tag team matches with the Dudley Boys. They damn sure do it. Because that's what the heart of the boys and Dudley Boys won't retire the career at WrestleMania. Because the Dudley, like I said, the money, they have that money in their pockets, so they're gonna pay the stars money, and then they even read the Nestor got stars. Joe ratings. The Harris Brothers, did you see Headbangers at SmackDown? The Headbangers, right? The Harris Brothers?
Yeah, the Headbangers are returning to WWE. Yeah, they said that. And also the Spirit Squad is back in WWE. But I don't know why, you know. But anyway, like I said, my final thoughts on TNA is, folks, don't believe, you know, any emails or any press releases that Dixie Carter releases. I wouldn't believe one goddamn word she says at this point because it's all a smokescreen. The bottom line here is the bottom line is the bottom dollar, and TNA has not paid the dollars back, and there's no reason to think that they're going to, as of right now or in the future. But I'm pretty sure if enough lawsuits, or I'm pretty sure if enough people came after them, some really big people came after them, I'm pretty sure that you'll close their doors or shut down temporarily if they're smart. But as of course, as we have presented in this video, Dixie Carter isn't very smart. Yeah, she might have money. She may be running TNA for right now, but she has clearly shown that she's incompetent of running a business because talent hasn't been paid. The account's overdrawn. Billy Corgan has basically been kicked to the curb after he tried to help the company, and $2.7 million out of his pocket has gone down the toilet. So if he ever gets some money back, you know, I'll applaud TNA. That means, you know, they finally did the right thing. But if not, yeah, like I said, I love TNA as a TV show, but as far as a business, yeah, if I was a wrestler, I would not want to work for TNA. I would not want to be a part of a business that's basically run by a con woman. Bearstown, your final thoughts?
I think TNA got fixed in lot of flaws. Sell the company, the Billy Corgan, get Billy Corgan this money. These are going to cut it short the wrestling business. So right now, nothing more needs TNA. As much as I'm as a WF fan, no longer I'm a Team Wrestling fan. TNA needs to get better. The wrestling needs to get better. TNA, sell to Billy Corgan who has passion for wrestling. And get new TV shows like Spike TV, or Fox. Let's get the wrestling business back in time. So you gotta sell the business for the sake of wrestling.
Yeah, and my final thought is when the Jarretts owned it, Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Jarrett knew what to do. The thing is, I think when Jeff Jarrett left and his father sold to Dixie Carter, that's when the trouble started. Of course, you know, it went downhill from there. Of course, when Hogan and Bischoff joined, that wasn't a good idea too. And then Sting was there, and much as I love Sting, he was getting half salary from them and then half the salary from Spike TV, who they used to be broadcast on years ago. So right there, a lot of factors have factored into their financial situation, which has led until now. Billy Corgan, we thought was going to be the shining light that would save him, but Dixie Carter went and fucked that up. So all in all, my final thought, I'm going to pray for everybody in TNA, basically the talent. I'm going to pray for the show. I hope the show goes on, but if not, I'll miss it. And just on another note, a bunch of wrestlers' daughters, Brooke Hogan, Diamond Dallas Page's daughter, they're getting ready to start an all-women's promotion. And Ted Turner has actually said now he's going to throw his hat back in the ring and run a wrestling promotion, which is going to be televised on TNT. And I'll be covering that story as more information develops. But for now, leave your thoughts and comments. I'll leave a link leave a link to my channel and the link to Bearstown's channel in the description. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.